but he was our target. Yeah. Yeah.
How has your philosophy for drafting in the Dolphins changed at all since you joined the Broncos?
I don't know that it's changed. I think, obviously, to develop a quarterback, you got to get them playing time. And they got to get the playing time and practice time. And, obviously with the way the practice, what we can do in the offseason is a little shorter, and so therefore it cuts back on the development, especially on the quarterback position, so it makes it a little bit tougher.
What's your evaluation of
we're open, but like I said, everything's going to come in order, and obviously, like you said, free agency is first. But yeah, we'll be open for business on the 5th pick, depending on how things fall. Well, it'd be nice to have him out of the box. He did a hell of a job in the box, he's a great quarterback or a great coach in this league for a long time. So it's nice to have him back on the sideline, and I'm sure that'll just add to the rivalry that we have with the Raiders, as well as anybody in the AFC West. I think so. It's always hard to say. We're still just, we've been doing a lot of work on them, but we still have a lot of work to do. So we're in that process now. But there's a group of guys that are very talented, and so we'll continue to do our work on there. But I think there's a possibility of some really good quarterbacks coming out of this draft. Well, Menelik will be back, and so right now he's the right tackle, and we're talking about Ronald going back to left, putting it back over there. But those are always fluid until we get there. But those are all ideas. So, but yeah, we've got 10 picks, and then we'll also, depending on how free agency falls, to have more free agency too. Yeah, we want to continue to get better there. So, and I'm excited about the new coaches we've hired there with Chris Strauss and Sean Kugler, and what they'll be able to do with the group that we have. So I'm excited about that. I wouldn't say it's absolutely critical, because 15 minutes isn't a long enough time, but I think it gives us a chance to get a feel for guys in the 15-minute period that we do have them here. So, what that may do is lead to follow-ups, because we'll get 30 visits to the complex between now and the draft too. So, but it's nice to get to know the kids and at least have 15 minutes with them. We film it. We film the whole thing, yeah. Oh yeah, no, we get them on the board and each position coach, and so yeah, we see what they try to figure out what they know about football.
John, you talked about going through the process of exploring all options at the end of the season with fans. Are you confident? Do you see anything here in the last month or so that you think he will be a better coach?
Well, I think he'll be a better coach just from what he experienced last year, having gone through that. And as I said, it's like drinking through a fire hose for him. A lot of times you don't know what you're getting into until you actually become the head coach. And I think that, Vance is a bright young coach with a lot of energy. And I think, I was impressed with as positive as he stayed throughout the year with the energy level that he had, which is very difficult to do. So, I think Vance has got a lot, he's going to grow a lot this year, and I think he'll make big strides this year.
Hey, John, to be sitting up here right...
Jake Butt and Carlos Henderson?
It'd be nice to have him back. We'll see what they can do. We had big plans for him last year. We didn't know when Jake was going to be back, obviously, and so he couldn't get back, so he'll be back healthy and ready to go. And then Carlos, unfortunately, I think, broke the hand of the wrist and was not able to go. So, we drafted him in the 3rd round last year, so we're excited about him too.
Hey, John, to be sitting up here talking about the quarterback position again, given your career, is that something you take personally, that the fact that you've had some swings at it that haven't quite worked out?
And believe me, I'm not done swinging and missing.
Obviously.
So misses don't bother me. We just got to figure out a way to get it right. So that's what we're working on.
How far away do you feel like you are from really competing again? It hadn't been too long ago since you won the championship. And how does that affect your thinking into what you do at quarterback, veteran versus another developmental guy?
Well, I mean, I still think that we're not too far away. Obviously, we got to get better at that position. We didn't play well there last year, but I think and that doesn't go all on the players too. There were some things that we should have done differently that we didn't do. But I feel like we can get right back in the thick of things rather quickly because I think we still have a good defensive football team. I think on the offense we're going to get better. I think with Bill Musgrave being the coordinator this year and the guys coming back to the same offense because now they were with Bill for the last half of last year. So I think we'll get a step ahead and figure out what we do at the quarterback position. And so I'm excited about where we are and think that we have a chance to get back in the thick of things quickly.
Some of the decisions you have to make on better, some of the decisions you have to make on some better than roster. Expect the season to do that.
We'll see. We'll look at that. Like I said, we're looking at every option that we can. Where our football team is, and I'm not saying they're going to be back for sure, but I'm not going to say they're gone. So, and we're exploring a lot of options on other players too. So that's what you do this time of year, and so it's not just isolated to those two players.
How important is it to know your starting quarterback entering training?
It helps a lot. I mean, I don't know that. I'm not so sure there's a lot of Super Bowl teams that haven't known who their quarterback is going into training camp. But then again, Foles was not the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles going into training camp this year either. So that kind of shoots it down right there. So we won't lose hope if we don't have a starter named by training camp. Let's put it that way, just because of Foles. But I think it's important. I think it's important for continuity. But then again, it also means if you go into camp with a very healthy competition between a couple quarterbacks that you think have a good chance to make you better as a team, then that's a good situation to be in too. Also.
When you get too close, does that make the quarterback feeling rather than like, we're in transition, we're rebuilding, it's an easy path to put that guy in because you're pretty close and what looks like a wide open division? Is that?
I think we got to look at the whole big picture. Once we get there, and we got to see, you don't know what the prices are going to be. You don't know what else is going to be available. So there's so many variables that go into the decision that you can't stand here and say, okay, this is what it is now. And so that's why, when we talked earlier after the end of the year, we got to get there. And once we get there, then we'll see how everything starts playing out, and then I think. We'll have different options of the way things go and try to plan ahead. But until we ultimately get there, you'll never know.
Hey, John, that word rebuilding, does that mess with your philosophy? Do you like that word?
I didn't say it.
No, I know you didn't say it, but.
So life's too short to rebuild the NFL. Yep, plan is to have them back. That's the plan, yes.
Did a good job. Very smart, very attentive.
That what now? That's hard to say. Whether they can or do you want to put them in that position too? Those are two different questions. And so, until we really get to know them and get around them a little bit more, it's hard to say.
With all the talk about quarterback,
with what I went through, I'd say, if you go young, throw them out there, get them going. Yeah, definitely. Right kind of guy.
With all the talk about quarterback and the offensive line this offseason, how much of a priority is adding to and maintaining an elite level defense?
It's important. And I think we're always trying to make our football team better, right? Obviously, we got to get better on the offensive side, but we want to also try to be as good or maintain defensively, if not get better. And defensively, we still got a lot. We were 21st in scoring last year, so we got to, that shows that we have a lot of improvement to do on the defensive side too. So we want to continue to, obviously we've kind of, defense has been our base the last 4 or 5 years, but we kind of built around. But and I'm not saying that's changing, but we definitely have to get better on the offensive side. So.
How much weight do you put on watching a quarterback throw in your evaluation? Watching it at the combine? How much weight do you put on it?
Not a lot. I think you get arm strength, you get quickness, and a little bit of accuracy. But obviously they're working with guys they have worked with, and so it's tough to anticipate. So you see the release and get to see it live, see how the ball comes off.
What are your feelings on Wolf? Is he making progress? He said that he could have the surgery. Do you plan on him coming back?
Yeah. Sounds like it. Sounds like he's doing really well. So he's happy with the surgery so far, and everything that Greek's told me has been real positive with Derek. So that's not one plan I'm going forward with.
What's the challenge for Baker Mayfield to kind of break the mold of an NFL quarterback that's got to be more than 6 feet or 6'1"?
I think that's been broken. I mean, you got Drew Brees and
has it been broken enough, I guess?
Well, yeah, they've proved that you can do it, and so I don't think that he's obviously very much a competitor. He's had a great college career and won the Heisman Trophy, so he proved he can play.
What about his off the field or his demeanor? He had the one off the field incident. He's had some things on the field that could be questioned. What's your take on?
I saw him in the Senior Bowl, but I didn't get a chance to talk to him. So we'll get some time to spend with him, and we'll probably have him to the complex for one of our 30 visits to get a chance to get to know him and kind of ask those questions. And so, what I've seen is obviously there's some things that I'm sure he did admit that he'd want to take back, but a lot of times you get tied up in the emotions of the situation and where he is. So I like to see a guy with that kind of passion. Well, Paxton's got to get healthy, and then he's going to come back and continue to get better and continue to fit in and see how he can continue to improve. So that's what the expectations we have of Paxton, to come back and continue to work to get better.
John, Vincent White got hired as Mullen today, the former Stanford.
Oh, did he?
Oh,
good.
As the head football coach there, what do you remember of Vincent?
Well, he was a great player. He was, he had great speed and was a really good guy. So it's good to hear that he's back in Denver and got that job. It'll be interesting to see how him and Ed do. Right? Thanks. Right.
He was